Hello, everyone. This is America's favorite president, Grover Cleveland here, reminding you that the ship of democracy, which has weathered all storms, may sink through the mutiny of those on board. Also, you can follow Ryan O'Connor at Wrangleshank on Instagram and Twitter. Yeah. Ah.
It's time for Ink the Book Show with your host, Ryan O'Connor. And now, let's ink the book. Howdy do, everybody. It's been a bit. I've been not having time to get on here. But I've been drawing. I was up at 5 this morning, coloring a bunch of faces. I can show you that in a minute. I have some other stuff to show today too. Grab my page. Okay. Here. Come look. Come look. I was inking all these faces. I think I want to fill up the whole page and just get a bunch more faces in here even still. But yeah. There's a little guy down there. Oh. So that's what I was doing at 5 a.m. this morning, coloring these guys in. I drew them sometime in the past 5 days or something. So yeah, that came out pretty nice. Trying all kinds of different coloring techniques. Look at her hair. I like this guy's 5 o'clock shadow. This guy too, he gets kind of like, he looks just kind of like he's on the brink of death. All right, so there's that. And so I've talked about Bill Ray before, one of my favorite artists. This is he did a lot of background drawings for Ren and Stimpy. He did this cover. He did this book here, Hellboy Jr., which I think I've showed off on here before. He did a lot of work for Ren and Stimpy. He also worked on Mad Magazine a lot. One of my favorite artists, and got this book, Hellboy Jr. This chunk is actually Mike Mignola. Yeah, Bill Ray and Mike Mignola. And then this is, what's his name? Yeah, Dave Cooper. I almost said Gary Cooper. I was like, that's not right. Dave Cooper. But what I was really wanting to show off was, I mentioned this recently, Big Blown Baby, where I knew I had the issues somewhere, but I didn't know where they'd gotten to. I just found them on my bookshelf outside this room, and I've never opened these to look at them because they came all like sealed up, and I was like maybe I shouldn't open them, but that was like 15 years ago, And I think it's time to open them and have a look. So Big Blown Baby by Bill Ray and Robert Lauren Fleming. There were only 4 issues. And I have all 4 right here. Oh, cool, look. This is the first time I've ever seen this. Back cover. Okay, they're black and white. Some kind of space stuff. Looks too superhero-y for me. Okay, now it's looking Bill Ray-y. I don't know what's going on, though. There's that back cover image. Procreation of the gods. Look at this little guy. Barney Rubble faces. I always used to do these Barney Rubble faces because I got that from Bill Ray. Look at this Death Boy guy. And look, it's Bob Fleming and Bill Ray. Little comic about them in the back. Oh, look. He's taking a whiz on the devil's head. Okay. There's one. If I can get this put... Okay, there we go. And then here's issue 2. Oh, look. Adobe Little Bird. Isn't that what I just saw? Oh, yeah. This guy. I like that. Big Blown Baby in Lo, and there shall come a baby bird. Chapter 1. Why did you buy this comic? Was it to see Stan Lee without his wig? See Vince Coletta burn in hell? See grown men naked? Look at that. That's a cool image. It's very Mad Magazine-y, though. This reminds me of the comic that he did in Mad Magazine called Monroe, which was the main reason I would buy Mad Magazine in the 90s and early 2000s. When I found this, I found what must be the last issue of Mad Magazine I ever bought. I don't know. I don't even know why I bought it, because like I said, I used to pretty much only buy it for Monroe. And which was a comic this guy drew, and it didn't have it in there. It was from 2010, which I think he stopped doing work for Mad Magazine in maybe 2006. If I had to put a date on it, look at that. Digested. Well, yes. I mean, no. You can't be serious. And this big lummox. Everyone in this comic is like a big, oafy, beefy chunk. And this guy's head. Yeah, that Mad Magazine that I found, it didn't even have a fold in at the back. It was like I don't even recall buying that one. It does not look or feel much like a Mad Magazine either. Gnarly. Oh, Bill Ray by Bill Ray. It's a self-portrait. Okay. Big blown bees. Let's see. Get in there. I'm about to destroy any value these comics had. Issue 3, look at that. Oh. Ah. Oh. Lactation day. Oh, look at that. This, to me, is the funnest looking one so far out of the 3 issues. I like this cow, too. My goodness. Let's see. Oops. I dropped the book. Tales of Fetusdom featuring the voyeur. Very this is like Mad Magazine meets Marvel to me. And I think that's kind of Bill Ray's niche. Oh, look. Here's a drawing by Mike Mignola. Wow. Look at that terrible face. I've never seen him draw like that, though. That's pretty neat. It's just the dumbest looking face on it. Eek! Let's see here. So this is kind of like long ago. I opened that Ren and Stimpy comic, this one, for the first time on the show, because that was another one I had bought and never opened. Let's see. All plot lines must converge by Bill Ray. I like this stern-looking man reading the paper, looking off distantly. Oh, look, he's got a pipe. The kid's watching TV. Here he looks like Hellboy Jr. a little bit. That's a very Ren and Stimpy looking pose. Spin, bounce, poof in the crib. Two guys named Mo. I'm dreaming in a white cow flop. The coming of the dung beetle. Toast. That's pretty cool. Bonk. That's a slick drawing. I like that a lot. That's very Ren and Stimpy too. I live. I like this kind of looking stuff. Yeah, this is a big page. I like this one too. There's a little devil guy. Oh. Baby bird. There's a little comic on the back of this one. Oh man. Yeah, I put off opening that for probably 15 years. I was so excited to get them. I ordered them off eBay, and I was so excited to get them, and then they showed up, and I was like, I can't open them. They're all sealed up. They're in mint condition. It's like who cares? Okay, now we can start a drawing. Okay, I need my tea though. Tea. So here is page 106 of Bonehead. The last time I was on, I did page 105. Oh, I'm running out of space. There we go. And why did I do this? I dipped the wrong brush. I dipped the weak. A better question is, why do I have the wrong brush on my desk? So I have this one that I was using a lot for a long time, but it's so weak because so many of the bristles have fallen out now that I can't really draw with it. I don't know why I did. I had dipped that one already, apparently, into the ink, which I also don't know when or why I did that. Okay, here's the right brush. Now we're cooking with molasses. Been on 18 minutes. Haven't drawn a thing. But I've been doing the art thing all day. Since 5 a.m. I was coloring all those heads. And then what? Well, I was uploading artwork for the past several videos here on YouTube. And then since I'm always neglecting Twitch, I went and did it on Twitch as well. I've never done it on Twitch before. So these streams, they go out to Twitch and YouTube simultaneously. But I never like go in and edit anything on Twitch. But I always do it on YouTube. But then when I was uploading the artwork on Twitch, when I start the show, right, I start it on StreamYard, and I add the description to the broadcast. And it's supposed to simultaneously stream to both Twitch and YouTube. Well, when I go in to edit stuff on YouTube, the description that I put will be on the video. When I went in to put the artwork on the Twitch videos, I saw that the description wasn't there. I didn't know it wasn't doing the description or anything. So I copied and added all those descriptions to those videos as well, which has like all the links to like Liam's music. It has my friend's Twitch channel link, all kinds of stuff. I don't know, but yeah, I didn't realize how badly my Twitch videos were getting neglected. So I'm trying to be a little kinder to the Twitch end of my broadcasting. Though I still don't know what I'm looking at when I go on that website. It's so complicated and untidy. Let's see. I did go. I was talking on my last show. I was talking about how I wanted to go to the library, the local library here, which I didn't even have a card for, because I wanted to see if they had scanners I could use to scan my pages. I brought the first 24 pages of this book over there so I could scan them in and maybe at least practice, get started coloring, just to try it, just to kind of see how it was going to work for me, and just to see if that was going to be a feasible option to scan all my pages at the library. And it doesn't seem like it is. So I got to figure something out. I got to get my hands on a scanner or something, or get my butt down to Kinko's, or what do you call it? FedEx office. So the problem with the library, they did have a scanner that I could use. The problem was, and I brought something to put the scans onto, like a hard drive with me, but I needed to get a librarian to like put some code in, and then it would only let me do it as TIFF for my purposes. I think that was the closest, and I think that would work, but I couldn't do it as a JPEG or a PNG or anything like that. But that wasn't the problem. The problem was, so I'd have to email each one. Like, I couldn't even put it on the drive that I had, or a USB or anything. I guess they used to be set up to do that kind of thing, but not anymore. And like, I'm sure there's plenty of libraries that would be able to. I should look into the other library that's near me too. But anyway, yeah, I would have to email each one to myself. And then as I was trying it, she made it sound like it was going to be a very tedious process, and it kind of seemed like it was shaping up that way. But I tried doing 3 pages, right? And I put it in my email for each one individually after each scan. And it allegedly was supposed to send to my email. And let me check if it ever even did, because I haven't even looked in the past 24 hours or so. But I sent it to my other email, not the one that comes to this phone. Let's see. It might be worth checking again, because it never even sent to me. And I was like, and that was the other thing. It was like after I scanned the third page, it just kind of like kicked me out, and I was gonna have to ask her to like come over and like re-put in her information to let me have access to it again. And I was like, I can't be like having to bug her after every 3 scans or something. Like I'm trying to do 24 pages at a time. And so I was like, okay, this isn't going to work. Yeah, and it never even emailed. Let me check my junk. Yeah, no. Nope. So that fell through. That wasn't like I have nothing to show for that. But I might be able to. I think I found my problem with looking for an 11x17 scanner is that so often when I'm looking for one online, it's either like dumb expensive or like it when I type in 11x17 scanner, right? Everything under the sun pops up. But when I look into the specs, I see a lot of like, oh, it outputs to 11x17, but the scan bed is only like 8.5x11 or something like that. And like when I look into the specs, it's not what I'm looking for, or it turns out it's very ambiguous and hard to tell. But I think my brother found like I mentioned it to my brother, and he was like, "Oh, look on Facebook Marketplace," and it was like the first thing he pulled up was an 11x17 scanner for like $150. There might have even been cheaper ones there. Um, so that might be an option. I was like, I can spend $150 on a scanner. That's what I was hoping to spend on a scanner. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh, this drawing is so ambiguous. I didn't realize. Okay, I think I see what I was thinking. Yeah, one way or another. Like I said, I did when I, like I've said before, I should say, um, when I was working on this project, you know, if I started this comic 10 years ago, Not knowing how I was going to scan it would have stopped me from making it. And when I went into this one, I just went in knowing, or telling myself, like, well, scanning an 11 by 17 page is within the realm of possibility. I wanted to use the comic book art boards, and I wanted to do it ink and brush. And I was like, I know it's within the realm of possibility to scan it, to get it scanned one way or another. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So it's not something that's gonna stop me from making my stuff. It's just something we gotta get to the bottom of. In the meantime, we can still draw and ink the pages. My computer's throwing up messages in my face. Get out of my face, get out of my face, get out of my face. I think that's Scary Movie or Scary Movie 2. I think. With the Wayans brothers. And the Wayans sister died. That wasn't her name, but I can't remember what her name was. Guys, I've got 40 followers here on YouTube. I have 5 on Twitch. That's pretty nice. I'm happy. I hope. I know the last few streams, I think I was in a bit of a not very entertaining state. I wasn't very on. But I hope, generally speaking, this is a helpful show and entertaining and not just a bunch of stinking noise. Let's see, we've got his jaw is gonna go like that. Collar. I think I'm gonna need to buy some new brushes soon. Well, because that flimsy one, it's the only, I thought I had multiples, but it's the only size 2 I had. I like size 2. I alternate a lot between size 2 and 3. I have a few 3s. I think I have one sitting right over here. I have a couple more on my shelf over there. And then I've got some big sizes that I'll probably never use. I mean, I'll if I come up with a reason to use them, I'll use them. The windows are rattling. Let's see. But I'd like to have some more, like an extra size 2 Winsor Newton Series 7 Sable Kolinsky brush on hand. I'd like to have some 2s on hand that I can use. Here's a good question. If the number 2 brush that I have isn't very usable, it's too flimsy to use, why is it still sitting on my desk? Why do I still have it? Why haven't I thrown it out? Well, I don't want to throw out my brushes because the same reason, like I said, I have a bunch of big brushes that I'll never use, and I was like, well, I wouldn't say I'll never use them. I can find a reason to use it. You know, you can get different effects out of your crummy brushes. You know, a lot of artists keep their bad brushes. My mom paint. She was on here a little while ago. She does a lot of paintings of landscapes. And she's got like all manner of brushes that are all worn and caked in mud or something. But I don't know if she's thrown out many brushes in her life. But she's always accumulating new ones. But the same thing, like you can do different stuff with different brushes. They find new life in whatever weird thing they are still capable of doing. Okay, here, let me do this. Thicken up. So these frogs, I don't think I ever address it in the dialogue, which would really help it be clear. So I think I will have to make sure to when I put the dialogue in. Like in the script, I don't think it's ever like explicitly stated what's going on here. But these frogs got like Bonehead threw these potions at the alien guy that's trying to attack him, and they all break on the floor and get all over these frogs that are hopping around, and the frogs all start floating and Now this guy, he absorbs a blast from the alien's ray gun, and he like belches it out. So what's going on is these frogs are hopping around all haplessly, and they've kind of gotten these strange powers from these potions spilling on them. But I feel like it needs to be addressed in the dialogue because it's just not explicitly clear enough. Just by the visuals alone, like I feel like I felt like it was when I wrote it originally, but now seeing it on the page, I think somebody needs to comment on it. Like, those frogs got into the potions, or whatever I'm gonna call them. Not potions, but they're like lab experiments. But that was another thing that I didn't belabor too much. So kind of like I was saying I didn't wait to figure out how I was going to scan the pages to start drawing the pages. Kind of same thing. It was like I had written the script, I'd revised it a couple times, and I wanted to get the dialogue down a little better and maybe fix some other issues with the script. But I was like, I know that I can spend forever fixing this script, but I don't want this to be like a project where I just tweak the script for another year. And I'd rather just draw it and figure it out from there. So I was like, my major issues with the script, I got the script down to where my major issues with it at the time were the dialogue. And I was like, I know that I can afford to. I'm going to actually throw this down here. I can afford to tweak dialogue as I go. Like, even up till as like I'm laying it on the page, I can figure out how to make that clearer than it's written in the script. Which is, that's going to be like the last thing I do is add the dialogue onto the page. Pretty sure. Yeah. And it's going to be down the line. So it's not so pressing that I spend my time fretting about how perfect the dialogue is. And also I've added scenes since I started drawing the book. Actually, yeah, I drew the whole book and then I added 4 scenes. I wrote and added 4 more scenes that I sprinkled throughout the book. And then now I've been thinking of rewriting and redrawing the end a little bit. to make it a more powerful climax and conclusion. So, I mean, but if I waited till I came up with that better conclusion, and maybe if I focused on it, it wouldn't have taken me that long, but I might not have anything drawn. And here I've drawn dang near the whole book. I mean, I've drawn the whole book, and I don't know. I have a lot more to show for it just for not waiting. You know what I mean? Waiting for it to be perfect. So I did the same weird thing here as I did there, where I feel like I didn't know which arm was on top. Oh, I wonder if there's a continuity issue. I'm doing it the same as the last page, so it works. Okay. I think that's what it was. It was like I started drawing his arms crossed the other way, and then I tried to switch it for continuity. I think that's what's going on there. I think the last time I was on, I was hoping to do 2 pages that day. And I even said on the show, I was like, but every time I plan on doing 2 pages, something comes up and throws it off. So I don't want to promise that I'm going to do 2 pages. And sure enough, I got a text from my mother inviting me to dinner because my grandmother was coming over. I was like, well, I can't pass that up. Also, they were having the Alaskan wild caught salmon that my uncle caught and sent to my mom, which he sends like once every year. We were having wild Alaskan wild caught salmon. So I didn't want to pass that up. A show. But also, it's nearly my grandmother's 93rd birthday. That's coming up. We're having a big party for her. I think that's next week, a little later than next week. About a week and a half, maybe. Look at this frog. Darn. Okay. So here's... But where is this arm? It goes here, then his hand pops out there. I need to put some inkling that I understand how his arm is connected to him. I'm gonna have to, because I was treating this like the frog's body. So let's. Oh, scamp. This is a wreck. So this elbow has to come out to here. I messed myself up bad on this one. I made it work here, didn't I? Didn't I? No. Oh, I'm so pissed. Okay, so this arm, this elbow necessarily has to go under this hand. Likewise here. Uh, hmm. I'm gonna redo that line. Let me sketch this out. Oh, mercy, what a nightmare. Okay, so this elbow is coming over here. That's connected to that. This hand is gonna be up here. And so it's gonna be coming down here. So I want to get rid of, what a fiasco. This, that's gone. That's gone. Get away. This, gone. Okay. We'll figure it out, people. This is... Look, if even this idiot can make comics, you probably can too. Let's see. That dry? Okay. Let's start noodling. Let's start noodling. So let's start with this elbow. Let's get that in place. So elbow. Okay. And then we need to squeeze. So this arm is curving up. He's holding, like he's holding his arm here. He's holding his other arm over, So that one goes up. It's going to come here. I think it's time everybody else starts their comic book making career. Solely based on the fact that I'm proving that any idiot can do it. I want that to dry. This is his other arm. I figured just, whoa, where did my picture go for a second there? At least on my end, it was like blacked out. Okay. So hey caramba. I don't like this. Well, let me let the dust settle on that a little bit. Let my brain stop burning for a second. And I'll come back to it. It at least makes a little more sense right now. I'm gonna have to erase some of that pencil. That pencil there. Okay. So you can see all the eraser getting dragged through the whiteout. How about this? How about this? Okay, let's retidy. Okay. It's this frog's arm is throwing me off. Bonehead's shoulder. Maybe there. I might want to move this hand up. And then I'll have a little more room. Will that work for me? What about here? I move that there. So I'm talking about moving this arm. Okay. This arm goes. I'm going to need to buy a new one of these jumbo correction pens. After this page, Jiminy. Woof. Hey Ryan, at least pretend you can draw. So then this arm, so that line disappears. This is gonna disappear. This is gonna disappear. Okay, so you think you can draw? Do the same thing with this arm. Hide away, folk family. Okay. I can clean that up a bit. One of these days. Oh, this is going to get sorted. Okay, so. Too much wet and white on this page. Okay. And then we'll see that elbow. Now that elbow comes out further. It's going to be here because he's holding it with this hand. We're only going to see the end of his fingers. That's okay. I think this works better for me. Okay. Okay. Okay, and then, so here's this arm. Now throw his like cuff line, and then here's the frog's arm on top. The drop shadow. And then here's the frog's little fingies. And then this elbow reaches out to there. When I color it, that'll be a little clearer that that's his hand, I guess. I'm gonna put part of Bonehead's body back here. His pantaloons, his shirt. Okay, that doesn't depress me so much. I'm not jumping for joy, but I'm a little more at ease with that. How about this train wreck over here? So I need this hidden. I need this frog's hand is going to come over here. Okay, so now I gotta let that dry. Okay, but I think I know what I'm doing. Well, that's what got me into this mess in the first place. I thought I knew what I was doing. Ribbit. Overpriced, well used, dumb as a box of hair, dumb as a box of hair. He belches it right back at the alien. Okay. Put these panels to bed. I'm depressed. No, I'm really depressed because I just gave him this withered hand. Oh man. What a nice day it is. Don't. I'm just screwing up all over the place right now. This is the most insane mess up page I've had ever by a whole stinking lot. And to clean it up, I don't know. I'm just all off on this. And what the hell is this line? Why did I have that there? That might have just been pencil. I don't even know. This is frying my brain. That reads well enough to me right now. Now look at the screen. I'm gonna move on. So long. Okay. Here's a drawing I can understand. Okay. I like this drawing. This drawing's cute. And then I'm gonna put his hat in front of his arm. His finger is now in front of his hat. Arm back here. This part of his arm. Here's his eyeball. He's got a real glary eyeball, spacey alien-y. So we've got a couple highlights on it, and then there's like a gleam on the sides that kind of will be more the base color of his eye. And then this is like the the dark part. I don't know. Not a pupil, but I'm trying to think of lighting terms. In lighting terms, what I'm thinking. I don't know. So I guess the edge is like a rim light of his eye, and that's going to be like the base color of his actual eye, and the two highlights. But then I don't know what you call this middle part. The part that isn't rim lit. Look, I'm no light scientist. I'm barely even a rocket scientist. I just know what I likes. Okay. So Billy drops his gun here in this panel, and I think that's the last we see it. Either that or when they're taken away. No, I don't think that's the last you see it. I thought maybe one of the guards that's taken him away in a little bit would be holding it. Maybe I can do that. I didn't see the panel quite when they're being taken away. On the next page, I have to figure out something else to draw on one of the panels before I can start it, because in one of the scenes I added, which is coming up, I think it's actually the third scene I added that I'm on already. So the next page, it ends with a panel of Mr. Shivers like reaching into his jacket pocket or something. But then in the scene I added, he's doing the same thing. So like I can make it work. I just gotta figure out what I want happening in that first panel. The first panel of the two that looks like that. Oh man, I don't think I said yet, but last night I found myself buying like nearly $200 worth of Pokemon cards for a friend of mine. My friend is huge into Pokemon right now. She's out in California. She's gonna pick them up the next time she's out in town, which I don't know when that's gonna be. She's probably told me, but not enough hours in the day. Gotta put my laundry away. You might understand, I wanna hold your hand, but I cannot be with you because I've got laundry to do. That was a song I made up the other day when I was driving my car around thinking about how I hadn't streamed. because I was running errands all day. And I was realizing I had left, as I was driving around, I was realizing I had left my laundry in the dryer. Okay. Oh, I didn't realize I was kind of off screen there. Okay, so that panel looks done to me. And then here's Shivers and Niederman leading Shivers to Bonehead. Last we saw Shivers, I think he was about to fire Mort for snooping. And then he heard that Bonehead was in the lab. And so he ran to go find him. And now he did. Let me see something. Not enough hours in the day. Gotta put my laundry away. I wanna hold your hand. No, I'm messing it up. Messing up my own stupid song. Okay. In my head, it was Elvis Costello singing it. Speaking of hours of the day, I've been on for 1.5. Not enough hours in the day. Gotta put my laundry away. You might understand. I wanna hold your hand. but I cannot be with you because I've got laundry to do. Okay. Bushy eyebrows. Oh, mama. Mama. My brother, Liam, who sometimes comes on this show a lot, he posted the newest episode of our little YouTube podcast thing that we do called Namjust, Nahmjust. One word. I don't talk on it much. I am on this one. I don't talk too much. But it was mostly because I didn't know anything about most of the stuff they were talking about. They talk about this this I could have been more entertaining. But my brothers Mike and Liam, they are pretty entertaining guys. They're talking about this YouTube. I don't know where this airs actually, but some kind of children's show clown guy named Bippy Blippy. They're talking about him. They're talking about Whoopi Goldberg and the stuff that was going on with her. They're talking about the Redskins name change. I hope we record another one. Maybe we can record another one tonight. That would be cool. But the YouTube channel that goes on, it's called Namjust, Nahmjust. one word, I believe. Yeah. And that was episode 4 that just went up. I'm on episode 1 and I'm on episode 4. But the real stars of the show are Liam and Mike. They're the entertainers. And then my other brother Jimmy is on episode 2. So that one's Mike, Liam, and Jimmy. And then episode is just Liam and Mike. And they just talk about topical things. And I was watching the new one last night, and I was just thinking, like, I was thinking of all these like ways I could have participated in the conversation a little more actively. And I'm just not very entertaining in that episode. But that seems to be a recurring thing. Like I can go through periods where I'm on, like just on this show alone, on this show, I can use like I go through bits where I am better at putting on a show, and then like I was saying earlier, like I think the last few streams I was very low energy, very non-showman like. But I think part of that is just fatigue from doing this every day ish. You know, I'm not I need to be drawing this book whether or not I'm ready to put on a show. And part of me doing this book, I just want to document all the inking and figure out how to do this live in front of people. Pardon me, in front of people. So, but I can't wait till I'm ready to talk about something to go on, you know, because I need to draw this book. I need to get it drawn. So that's the way it's got to be. Sometimes I'll put out a stinker of a show. And that's all right. That's all right for my show, but I should really be trying to I should be ready to clown around when I'm invited to be on someone else's show. Okay. Okay, there's Shivers. Oh, and then there's a little drop under here. Someone hands you a note, can't tell you are busy now. The weather, woman's yelling something at us. Turn that awful distraction down. Time to play drown the clown. Okay. Billy sees Shivers and he recognizes him. And Shivers sees Billy and he recognizes him. Let's bring this camera in a tad. I was playing with my my nephews the other day. So my one brother, he has 3 boys, and they have another baby on the way. And that's my brother Jimmy. And man, so for most of the night, the 5-year-old wasn't there. He was with my brother and my brother's fiance. They were out getting an ultrasound, and their oldest went with them. But the younger 2, the one was just only interested in watching YouTube videos about Paw Patrol at the time that night. But the 2-year-old, who I've never really like played around with very much before, like I don't know, we were just having so much fun. Like all of a sudden he's like just real loving and playful, and it was a blast. What were we doing? I don't even remember it. Nothing special, I guess. Just playing. Just general playing. Like when my brother got back, he was talking about how like he's the most impulsive like baby he's ever known. Like out of my other brother's three and his three. And like as he was talking about it, his son picks up this like statue that had like a bunch of ashes in it. I don't know if it was some kind of ashtray or something. It didn't look like one. It looked like some ornate thing, but like on the bottom there were a bunch of ashes sitting in there. And as he was talking about that, his son picks that up and starts dumping out the ashes all over the table, the dining room table. And my brother takes it away from him, and as he's like putting it down somewhere, he's like sticking his hand into like a bowl of mashed potatoes because we had just had dinner. And it was just funny. It was like, oh, I see what you mean. Say no more. Read you loud and clear. Oh man, this desk is falling apart. I need to replace it, but you know, I would want to replace it with one just like it, and I can't find anything even close to like it. And it's not like a special desk. There's nothing fancy pants about it. It's got so I just have this cabinet on the right side. So there's a drawer where I keep all my pens and pencils and stuff. Then underneath that, there's a cabinet where I like to keep notebooks, and I've got all my a bunch of extra Prismacolor markers down there. And then just under the desktop, there's like one of those rolling out kind of drawers for like your keyboard. But I keep my light table and my drawing tablet sitting on there, and just to find a desk with one of those, like a nice desk with one of those, I can't find anymore for some reason. I do have another desk that I bought that's pretty close, out in the hallway, that doesn't really get used. So maybe I could replace that desk. Replace this desk with that desk, and replace that desk with some other desk. Does that sound like a plan or what? Sounds like a desk plan. Someone hands you a note, can't tell you are busy now. Your ears are ringing from the city attic singing. That would be nice if I could sing. I feel like I can sing, and then I get on camera, and then any ability I have goes right out the window. Anything to look like a clown. My page is all jacked up, my singing's all jacked up, and I wanna be a star. Is that right? Put a camera on me. I'll put on a show. And I have no talent. I have no business being on camera. Wallaby. Oh, what did I call this stream? I called it Ugly Man Draws Thing. Like a very mean headline about myself. I watched the movie Airheads the other night. Pardon me. It was like one of those movies where like it came out when I was a kid and I had seen it on enough to where I knew kind of what goes on in the movie, what it was about. It's like Adam Sandler and Brendan Fraser and Steve Buscemi. They're this rock and roll band. They haven't made it yet, but they're trying to get airtime on the radio, right? And they end up like kind of accidentally holding the place hostage, and it kind of like spirals out of control where they're actually holding the radio station hostage while they try to get their demo played on the air and get a record deal. But yeah, it was pretty good. Who's in that? You know who's in that? That I was like, this guy's somebody. I just can't tell who he is. I was like, he becomes somebody, doesn't he? Like, he becomes some big shot at some point because I recognize him, but I just can't recognize him here. It was Judd Nelson. I was like, oh, he was already somebody. Like, I thought it was some actor that I'm more familiar with today that was kind of like in one of his first films or something. It was Judd Nelson playing the guy's name was Jimmy Wing. It was like the radio big shot. But like, did not occur to me even once that it was the same guy from Breakfast Club, which I also haven't really like seen straight through. But I've probably seen the whole movie. But I did not recognize him in that role. What else? Who else is in that? Michael Richards is there, crawling around in the vents half the movie. It was nice to see Chris Farley in it. Ernie Hudson is in it. Joe Montana. I was really liked him. He's in one movie I always loved watching as a kid. Baby's Day Out. I loved that movie. It's like a Tex Avery cartoon. This baby's just kind of like wandering all over the city, and these guys, Joe Montana and these two other thugs, they like kidnap the baby because it's the baby's parents are rich, baby boo, and the these guys kidnap it to hold it for ransom, and it escapes on them, and they spend the whole movie trying to catch the baby, and it just keeps like escaping and like, it's totally a Tex Avery cartoon without being so. I don't want to say it's not outlandish and silly because it is, but that's a funny movie. That's a cute movie. I haven't seen it in a while though. More broken glass down here. What else is Joe Montana in? Simpsons. Isn't he on that Criminal Minds show? I don't know if that's still a thing, but I never watched that or stuff like that. Anyway, believe that. I was thinking of throwing this to black, but I don't wanna. Um, Here's a good shot of Mr. Shivers. You were talking, not them now. Where were you? Oh, yeah. I gotta stop singing. I'm not doing it well. Let's see. Okay.
Almost there.
Almost finished with this page. Someone has you. Oh, I've got the song stuck in my head. It's Drown the Clown off of They Might Be Giants' newest album called Book. That's probably one of my favorite songs on there. I also really like the three toward the end called there's one called Wait, Actually, Yeah, No. There's one called Less Than One. And there's one called Quit the Circus. There's a track called Super Cool that I like. There's a lot of good tracks on that album. I feel like it's maybe not my favorite They Might Be Giants album, though. I think I liked their last one called I Like Fun a bit more. Okay. Here's his collar. The collar to his jacket. Okay. Almost done. Just gonna do this background of all black. On a South Sea island, wait at Jubilee. Yeah, no. Dude, Ryan, the singing. If you're gonna sing so terribly, at least pay your audience to listen. Ooh, I stuck my hand in the ink, and look at that. I got some ink messed up. Hey, this might be the page with the most whiteout on it in the whole book. Dude, those first two panels jacked me up. Okay. Okay, let's get... Shivers. Billy. You know what? I think I want to go in here and make... There we go. Just so he stands apart from the background a little. On a South Sea island, wait at Jubilee. Yeah, no. In a oh, dude, what? You know what my problem is? Cigars. I think the last time, no, I was gonna say the last time I smoked a cigar was on my birthday, which was back in October, but I've had one since then. I think maybe Thanksgiving. Zow! Look at that. That's cool. I like that panel. I'm trying not to smoke so much because it has a bad effect on my voice. It's probably not good for me at all. Probably. I'll figure it out. I'll figure out whether or not it's good for me eventually. Okay. Good heavens, Mr. Yakamoto, or whatever he says in that song. Well, that's page 106. but my camera won't focus. There we go. All right. We're gonna call that a stream. This camera's about to fall off its axis. And I think I'm gonna do another one. I think I'm gonna do page 107 later today. Ooh, guards coming to get him. Guards coming to get him. And then, but I have to redraw this panel. I have to figure out something else to put there. So that's what I'll be doing before I do my next stream. And I'll figure out other stuff I gotta work on. I'll probably be drawing more faces on here. So I'm just showing this again. And then maybe I'll do some other sketchbook stuff to post to Instagram and Twitter, where you can follow me at Wrangleshank. So there's all that stuff. I'm gonna get me some lunch though, first and foremost. But take care, everybody. Thanks for watching. Keep on watching. This has been Ink the Book Show.